Lois, now you've had a bit more time to digest the Italy result. What did you make of the girls' performance?
Yeah, I think my opinions on our performance haven't really changed on reflection. We've spent a lot of time getting ourselves organised and being hard to beat, which we think is important in a tournament environment like this. And I think that they did that. There were some unusual things that the opposition did, and I think they're really effective from our research on throw-ins and things like that. We knew they'd be direct, and we knew they'd have skillful, quick players. And I think whatever they presented us with, we dealt with it admirably, and the players have to take a lot of credit for that. I think we worked hard and tirelessly for large portions of the game. I think we were lucky on occasion, but I think we created our own luck with our work ethic, our character and our quality as well. So I'm still disappointed not to get a point out of it, but I'm reflective and hopeful that we'll build on the performances and we'll get better as the tournament progresses.
And having conceded the winning goal so late on, do you think it will be a problem for the girls to sort of bounce back on Friday?
No, absolutely not. It's ironic in that some of the previous experience we've had with this group of players, we've conceded early. So for us to be so robust and tight for such a large portion of the game is progress for us, and again reflects how far they've come. To concede late is more of a punch in the stomach, I suppose, when you really felt like you were on the up and were going to get something out of the game. But something we always talk about with the players is, and I think I was quoted as saying this in the press conference afterwards, is it's not what happens that counts, but how you respond to it. So the players will take the positives and the things we need to tidy up on, and we'll build for Austria.
So you must be immensely proud of them.
Absolutely, and that's were exactly my words after the game when I pulled them in just prior to calling down and said, look, nothing makes me... These tournaments are all about development, but I wouldn't be so naive to think that winning doesn't come into it. If you want to progress your longevity in a tournament like this and progress to a World Cup, ultimately you've got to win. But also with this age group, a measure of success shouldn't just be on results. And for me, the performance those kids put in and how far they've come over the last 9 months, 10 months, 12 months is incredible. So I was more pleased with the performance and trying not to reflect on the result.
And what was your message to the girls now ahead of the Austria game?
We've just boxed off actually in the last 5 minutes the review of the game yesterday, and it was about it's not what's done, it's about what's next. And if we take into the game all the positives from the last one and build and fine tune them, then we're confident that we'll be able to get something out of the game. We'll unpick Austria like we did Italy, and we'll be organised and we'll be ready to try and break them down and get something out of the game, which we have to at this stage of the tournament.
This is quite a unique experience for the girls. I mean, it's the first finals that they've been in for 5 years, this age group. But obviously to be hosting the tournament, is there any maybe added pressure, or is it just excitement for the girls to be in such a unique position?
I mean, I can't talk for the girls themselves. I think there's pressure. They're so inexperienced and they're so young, having not actually experienced the winning and losing fine line of tournament football, where in order to stay in the competition you have to win, in order to progress you have to win. That inexperience will no doubt, or could if not managed, be a problem in this sort of environment when you've got record crowds attending finals, a home crowd with all your friends and family, the expectations of the FA themselves, because obviously the women's game's on an upward spiral and the investment has been great, and these guys are the stars of tomorrow. So I know that all of our players are conscious that they want to stamp their mark and show how much the development work that's gone on in the last few years is really going to come into fruition in this tournament. So that means pressure.
And finally, Lois, what's it like being here at St George's Park with the other 7 teams?
Yeah, St George's Park is such an inspiration, and even for our girls, I think every time we drive along the mile-long drive at meet-up, we get another 10% out of them. You can't not be anything other than inspired with surroundings like this. We try and encourage them not to take it for granted. We try and remind them about professionalism, and we try and remind them what they're aspiring to, and that is to be the next generation of senior internationals, and to be here with Europe's elite, experiencing what we get to live, breathe and enjoy throughout the year, every year, and for them to see how fortunate we are is fantastic. I think every team's commented about how amazing the facilities are, how lucky we are. They're glad to be here. It's the best facilities they've ever seen. So, that's a compliment to the FA and how we're investing in the game moving forward.